I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey,
we're back. Happy Friday, everyone, and happy Thursday. Welcome, Benny, my co-host. We're back. Another episode. Benny, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. It's Friday, so I can't complain. Thursday/Friday, so, it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good in the Jersey Shore hood. Oh, my goodness. Literally, because in this episode, what was this? Episode 26, I believe? I'm like losing track of the episodes.
We're on a lot of episodes.
Yeah, we're on a lot. It's just, I feel just the drama and just the tension. It's like the calm before the storm. It's like rising week after week. This episode in particular, episode 26, a lot was happening. It wasn't as crazy dramatic, but you can sense the buildup happening.
Yes, that was the word. The buildup.
Did you feel the buildup?
You feel it. You get a little anxious because you know what's gonna happen because you've seen the previews and you're like, "Don't do it. Don't do it. She's not gonna like it."
Gosh,
but they're gonna do it, and I'm gonna love it.
Exactly. And
yes, so this is gonna be crazy. This was this was a good episode. I liked it. Like DJ said, it was definitely a build-up. But what I also liked about this episode was that they're finally getting or involving Angelina into the family, right, DJ?
Oh yeah, definitely. It started off great when they went back to the Jersey Shore house, and to give Angelina a proper official welcome back to the family and official send off to the next chapter in her life, which I thought was just so beautiful.
It
was just hurting me inside.
But look, so she's been on the show for 3 seasons now, correct?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is I'm glad they did this, but I feel like it took them too long to do this. If she wasn't getting married, do you think they would still be doing this for her? Do you think they would, officially make her a meatball and, have her in the house where everything first started?
That is a very good question. And to be honest, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I think eventually maybe they would have if there was another occasion, maybe for her birthday or something like that. But I think they would use a special occasion as an excuse to do something like that. Yeah. So probably if it was like her birthday or wedding or whatever. But either way, I thought the gesture was so beautiful. And I just loved how they got together, and even before just exchanging the gifts, which we're going to get to because it was actually really hilarious, they went back to the Shore store. And
the memories.
There's so many crazy flashbacks I was having, and of course they were showing as well. So it was just so much reminiscing going on, and seeing Danny again. He looks great. And of course, they're acting wild. What did you think of the prank that they pulled on Danny? Let's talk about that real quick.
First, can we talk about how Danny has not aged one bit? He looks exactly the same. But I just wanted to mention that. But the prank that they were talking about when they were taking the clothes and everything, I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, what are they doing? They have to know that they're gonna get caught. But yeah, it was very funny, and it was lighthearted, and it was like they were kids again, working at the place, and it was just really cool to see them all get together because if I remember correctly, we haven't seen Danny for a good couple of years, so it was good to see them all together again.
And what was even more amazing was the fact that just seeing Danny and Angelina interact with each other again, because Danny was the one that kicked her off the show because of all that drama, like when she left or whatever, like he literally fired her and kicked her off. And now that they've come together.
I forgot. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And now that they've come together, and she's like inviting him to her wedding. Like nobody's seen this coming. There's too many surprises that's happening lately. Like nobody had ever seen coming. So it was just amazing to see. And I just loved how after the prank, they just okay, they kind of pissed me off. They knocked down all those stands, they made a mess
Yeah.
at the store, and they left. They didn't even help him pick up the stands. What the hell?
Like old times,
Seriously.
I'm not even surprised. I'm not even mad about it because I'm not even surprised about it. So, you know,
Like
you get
really.
what you get with them. I think he was just stoked to see them again. And he was probably thinking the same thing. He was like, "Oh, these kids,
Mhm.
still the same, still the same."
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Well, it was amazing to see him. And of course they go back to the house, and this is where they exchange gifts for Angelina. Now each one of them had their own special gift. And
Yeah,
even before exchanging the gifts, they were giving, and this is the part that was just really just like, oh my God, I feel like they're really jinxing this. But they were giving Angelina advice on, because she's stressed out. She has a lot of anxiety
yeah.
with this wedding and stuff. They're trying to calm her down and telling her to enjoy every moment of the process of the wedding and everything. And I'm thinking about this advice. All I can think about is, oh, they're gonna ruin it for her.
They're gonna ruin.
Even
They're gonna ruin what's supposed to be like one of the biggest, most special nights of her life. And I'm just like, oh, I can't watch,
oh,
but I want to watch.
I know. It's going to be crazy. But after they give her that special advice or whatever, they exchange gifts. Obviously, the biggest surprise gift of all was from Paulie, who unfortunately could not be with them at the shore house. He was busy
Yeah.
whatever, doing his job. So, but whatever, that sucked. But the gift of the trash bags, the luggage in the trash bags, I thought that was just amazing. And the luggage looked cute too. I like that color. What did you think
I
about
was gonna out. Those are some nice luggages. Those are some very. I want to know what she was thinking when she just saw the trash bags, and then like when she saw the luggage. Like, was it like a complete 180 for her? Like, what the heck is going on? And then she opens it, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Exactly. I felt like each one of their gifts were so special. The fact that Jenny was giving her gift as like it was kind of like a peace offering gift, and then
Yeah,
Snooki's
that was cool.
dropping her wedding photo. Out of all the gifts that were exchanged, which one was your favorite, or did you find the most hilarious?
Um, Vinny's the key, because I
Oh,
thought it was really awkward. But then, so Ronnie said, I don't know, I'm pretty sure he was joking, but I just want to make sure. Ronnie said Vinny is moving out, but he's not moved. That was just a joke, right? I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
I'm not even sure about that. I'm not even sure like which house he's talking about. The house that Vinny was living in, like by
Like the
one that's
key to
next
the
to
house, was it for the house that, you know what? I think I'm confusing myself. So was the key to the house, was it wasn't for the shore house, was it? Or was it for
I
his
think
house?
it was
Or
a house for his house in
right. So I think, and let me know, you guys, in the comments,
yeah.
was this for his house or the shore house? I want to say it was his house, but I want to know if like that joke that Ronnie said was actually a joke, or is Vinny actually moving out? I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, the joke was hilarious. I liked how it was engraved on the key. Like,
Yeah, he definitely went very, he put a lot of thought into that for someone who doesn't really have any feelings towards her whatsoever. But also, the another gift that came close to Vinny's was, you mentioned it, DJ, uh, JWoww's gift. I thought that was cool. They both said, we're always going to agree to disagree. And I was just like to myself, oh, well, you know what? I guess I'll savor this friendship while it lasts, because it's not going to last.
no, oh, that's a part. They basically accepted Angelina for who she is. Like she's
Yeah.
raunchy, she's crazy, she's loud. And before they were cool.
She's a savage.
She's ratchet, savage, bougie, ratchet. I love it. Yeah, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. But yeah, that's like how she is. But they accept her for who she is, and I think it's a good thing until it goes wrong. But obviously, we'll get into that. But yeah, the gift exchange was just very sweet. And what I found hilarious myself, the gift that was hilarious was the fact that Snooki photoshopped her wedding photo and added literally everybody in the photo except Vinny, which I found like, what?
Yeah, I didn't get that. I was like, why?
Her excuse was, oh,
Why?
she couldn't find a good picture of him. I'm like, really? But okay.
Vinny is a public figure. He has thousands, if not millions, of pictures everywhere on top of personal pictures that you probably have with Vinny. I'm pretty sure you could have found at least one picture of the guy, one good picture.
Seriously. I don't know that. Like, okay,
yeah,
Vinny, because Vinny keep teasing Angelina about how she's the one that got away. Because we all know it's been confirmed so many times. Obviously, Vinny still has something for her. I mean, we all thought it was joking or whatever, but I think low key, like obviously he's
low key,
very low key. He still has feelings for her because he even said in this episode, Angelina is the one that got away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If Angelina wasn't engaged and she wasn't married because she's married now, I guarantee you there would be some heavy flirting going on, which I would be down for. See, that's not saying that I want anything bad to happen between Angelina and her husband. I think they're great together. But just saying, if they weren't together, that's the relationship I would be down to see instead of Wow and Pauly D.
Really?
Yeah, hands down.
Oh my gosh, Benny.
Hands down. You wouldn't?
I mean, it's just Vinny and Angelina are just—they're
adorable.
Oh come on, they're crazy. I feel like
they're so opposite, which makes me like them. Pauly and Wow are very like, it just doesn't interest me.
If we're talking like for dramatic purposes, for audience entertainment, for TV or whatever, okay, yeah, Angelina and Vinny would be the most hilarious couple because they argue all the time and they always pick up all the time. I feel like with Pauly and Jenny, there's respect there, which I like, and I figured with their relationship, whether they decide to pursue a relationship or not, I think it would have lasted longer than Vinny's and Angelina's. So, because Vinny and Angelina, it's like a bomb waiting to blow up, you know?
Yeah. I guess we'll never know, though.
But either way, now it's becoming a little like, oh, okay, guys, let's lay off a little bit because now it's making their situation even more awkward because the roomies keep egging it on. What do you think about
that? Their whole relationship or fake-ationship.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a joke that will continue on for the rest of their lives just because of their history. And I think it's harmless. I think Angelina's husband knows that it's harmless, and yeah, you shouldn't be threatened by it whatsoever. And I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah. Well, either way, they ended on a great note at the Jersey Shore house. They added Angelina's name on that glass platform that they had, that glass wall, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like an official sign off to like, okay, you know what? She's officially part of the family, officially part of the house, all that. So they move on. Everybody is kind of getting prepared for Angelina's wedding. It's like, I believe the day before the wedding or a couple days before. And we see that the girls are at the restaurant. The girls, Deena, Woww, and Snooki, and they're trying to figure out what kind of speech they're going to give Angelina. Woo! This is where it begins.
gosh, man.
What did you think about their whole conversation? Their
My
speech?
whole my whole thing was while they're writing this out and saying this, even me, I'm like, I don't, it's not, but like the things they were saying, I'm like, that is really, really harsh. Like, how can you possibly think she's gonna think that's funny? And on top of that, you're not as close with Angelina as, speaking of Snooki, you're not as close with Angelina as you are to JWoww or Deena. Now, say you did this at their wedding, or vice versa. Say JWoww did this at Snooki's wedding or Deena's wedding. It would be hilarious to them because they're like sisters. Yeah, Angelina and the other girls are a lot closer, but they do not have that relationship that the other three girls have. So it's gonna, when they say that, that's gonna come off that's gonna just come off for on a completely different way than what they're expecting. And so, you can't put, I'm speaking ahead a little bit, but you can't put any fault on Angelina for getting upset, not only for saying that, but saying that on one of the biggest days of her life.
Right. I agree 100%. And you know, me, I always try to see where things went wrong and try to give them the benefit of the doubt because, obviously I want harmony between all of them because I was really rooting for them to really just, be officially cool with Angelina and just move
Hmm.
forward, keep moving forward. No more taking any more steps back. So when I looked at the scene, when I was listening to them kind of figure out what kind of speeches they were going to get, I saw the kind of like confusion and loss in their eyes and trying to figure out, oh, how are we going to make this speech? Because all they know of Angelina is how raunchy and crazy and
Yeah.
filter she is. Because they didn't get a chance to really. I don't think they really hung out much, off camera. Really got to know Angelina for who she is. Because I feel like with Angelina, when she's on television and she's on reality TV, she puts up an act, or not even an act, but she's more than what she really is in person in real life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like when she's on camera and when she's hanging out with the roomies, it's like this character that she's kind of like forced to be. So she's forced to be this raunchy no filter type, and because they know of her in that form, in that character, in that sense, that personality, they figured, oh, well, this is all we know of her. So we should just kind of speak about her, how we feel. And I liked what happened when they did the flashback of when Angelina was talking about, I believe, about her, I guess, brother in law, the brother of Chris, how he was going to say embarrassing things. And Angelina was just like, oh, I don't care. Say what you want. Don't hold back. So
Right.
I figured if
But
she's gonna say something like that, man, I guess this kind of gives the roomies, the girls, a leeway to be like, all right, we're gonna bring it.
no, I disagree because they have a different relationship than the girls. But I will say what they're doing comes from an innocent place. It didn't come from a malicious place. So I give that to them. But you could have easily thought of something nice to say. You could have said something like, I don't know, we've known you for 10 years. We had our ups and downs, but it's really cool to see that we've come full circle and that we're all here enjoying your big day. Bam!
Right.
Something like that.
Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. I feel like if we hadn't already known what was going to happen and what was going to be a big blowout drama amongst them, then maybe just watching this, we would have been like, okay, maybe this might work out. Who knows? Whatever. But because we know what's about to go down, it's like,
Right.
crap, this is not good. Like, no, no, no. But
Right.
either way, moving on, after they decide that they're going to give her a raunchy speech, um it's just
Yeah, the raunchy speech it was very cringeworthy. What do you guys think in the who are listening right now? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think that speech went too far. Obviously, we know it's going to go too far because we've seen the previews and we've seen what happens in the media. But let us know in the comments what you think about that speech. Do you think it was coming from an innocent place or not innocent place? Let us know.
Yes, definitely let us know. We would want to find out. But after that, they all get ready for, I believe it was a rehearsal dinner or party. It was the day before the actual wedding, and the girls actually meet Angelina's family and friends. And honestly, Benny, I've never felt more awkward than ever. This was like all around. Too many awkward moments was happening, but the biggest awkward moment we have to talk about.
Oh yes,
Angelina's grandma.
Oh yes,
freaking me out. What did you think about Angelina's grandma?
It was so funny because just of the facial expressions from Jenny and Snooki. Remember that close up that we saw of Snooki? She's like, "F my life," and it was so hilarious. And then her mom is like, whispers like, there are a lot of fake people in here. And JWoww's like, do you sense that on me? And it was great. It was like, that's a pure like TV moment that you want to look back on, a pure Jersey Shore moment. You know how we get those flashbacks from 10 years ago? Mm-hmm. When it's another 10 years, we should get that flashback also.
Absolutely. And honestly, Angelina's grandma was so clutch in this moment because she's psychic, all right? And everything that she's been saying so far has come true. And for her to be like, oh, I sense a lot of phonies in this room, and even to go up to Jenny and even say that, like, she is literally predicting what's about to happen because there's some phony crap that goes on that is continuing to go on. And it's only a matter of time before it all blows up. So she's like predicting the storm right now. So it's just crazy all around. And it's just funny because JWoww was so excited to meet her grandma, but she was like, yeah, freaked out. I was too. Yeah. Angelina's grandma, that look that she's been giving everyone, obviously, because she has her little.
It was a look.
It was a look. I felt like she was piercing through my soul with those eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. And even just after interacting with the grandma, we see that the girls are talking to some of Angelina's friends who revealed that they were previously part of the wedding, but they dropped out because of we're now noticing and seeing a common thing here with people just coming in and out, dropping, out like crazy from her bridal party. So, like, what do you think? Like, do you think Angelina is just, I mean, I've said before that she puts on an act on TV, but then as like the most dramatic, crazy person. But do you think that maybe this is actually who she is in real life? Like, what do you think about that?
I think there are two sides to every story.
Facts.
And we are going to not get both sides when it comes to this show. It seems like it's going to mostly be why this person dropped out of Angelina's wedding, not why Angelina decided to not have them in the wedding. So I think both parties have some fault involved. I don't think it's all Angelina's fault. And we have to remember she is under a lot of stress. At that stress with she is hot-tempered. So, it sometimes won't mix well, and some people just don't want to handle that.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. It's just weird because I'm always team Angelina. I never was, but in the past couple seasons, and especially this season for sure, I am team Angelina. And like we always said, we want the best for her. We want everything to work out with her and her friends, especially the roomies. But when I'm hearing these things, and you're right, it's probably just the bridezilla in her because of all the stress and anxiety or whatever. Maybe she doesn't have like the support from her friends that she wanted. But it does raise some sort of concerns because I'm just like, okay, but your best friend since like childhood, who's supposed to be your maid of honor, and you're another person. Jenny was almost about to be kicked out of the wedding, like she was, and then she was brought back in.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's back and forth.
Well, what's interesting is that so the girl who was talking about, you know, who was in the wedding, not in the wedding, I thought it was interesting that she is still at this party of hers. So they must be good still, right? If you're gonna like go and support her on this day.
True.
So maybe they just came to a mutual understanding. And that's why I think both parties were involved with this, because if it was all Angelina, if I was pissed off at someone for being a complete douchebag during their wedding, it was all them, and I ended up not being in their wedding, I'm not gonna show up to their party. But if it was both sides and I knew I had some fault and we talked it out and we came to an agreement, then yeah, I would show up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like with their interaction between like the Jersey Shore girls and just meeting her Angelina's friends and family, overall, I felt it was awkward, not just because of her grandma, but just there was a weird tension. And I think it might have been there might be some sort of resentment amongst Angelina's family towards the Jersey Shore girls because they
I can see that.
yeah, the drama's out in the open. Everybody knows the whole history of Angelina. On their side, they would view it as them making Angelina's life a living hell on the show. So they're kind of like there's like tension building up, and I feel like it's all gonna blow up, like I said, like we've been talking about for weeks now, on the wedding day, on this reception, mind you.
D-Day. Da, da, da.
I know. Oh my goodness. But we are going to wait and see. I can't wait. Hopefully it's next week. That's when it's all going to go down, or the week after. But we're going to be here for it, and we're going to be talking about it. But
Yeah.
I think that wraps up pretty much the end of this episode. Was there anything that we were missing, Benny?
No, it was I really enjoyed this episode just for the fact it's leading up to the big episode. And usually episodes like that are not that great. This still had a lot of interesting moments that kept me hooked to the TV. So it just makes me want to watch the next episode even more.
I 1,000% agree. I'm excited. We all are excited. So
Yeah.
let's get into our fun segment, Spiral Squad.
Spiral Squad. Woo! All right. Who do you want to go first, me or you?
You know what? You go first.
All
I
right.
think the same thing, but you go first.
Okay. You know what? You remember what we did last time when we?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
I feel like we're gonna be very different, but all right.
You think so? Oh, okay. We'll see.
All right. One,
2, 3.
three.
Snooki,
Snooki, Woww and Deena.
What?
Wait, what did you say?
I said Angelina's grandma.
Oh no, I said Snooki, Woww and Deena for what they did at the store.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is actually perfect. Yeah, they did spiral like crazy at the store. That's a good one. Yeah, I can see why they spiraled. I say Angelina's grandma because I'm sorry, she was just like the look on her face. You could tell something was going in there, and she obviously was saying she senses too many phonies up in here. Obviously, it would drive anybody crazy. So she spiraled, I think, in my opinion.
I want to see her. I want to see the grandma during the wedding when all the drama happens, and I just want to say, I knew it. I told you. I told you so.
It's gonna be hilarious. I really hope they pan the camera on her a lot. It's gonna be so funny.
Yeah, yeah.
But that brings us to our
predictions.
All right. So predictions for next week's episode in particular, I predict that. I mean, there's just so many things that can go down, but. Besides the drama that's going to go down on Angelina's wedding, I predict that there's just going to be more awkwardness between Pauly and JWoww because it seems to just not stop ever since that night. It just keeps going episode after episode. What do you?
I was gonna bring that up because they keep on. It's very light noted that when they bring it up, so it makes me wonder: are they going to touch base on it even more. We know, I'm 99.9% positive they are not dating right now. One, because there's another show coming out where all their exes are going to be living under one roof. Right. So I don't know how she would feel about that if they were dating. And I just feel like we would see some type of report about that. But I might be wrong. There might be that 0.1%. You never know.
We never know. Anything is possible, especially with this Jersey Shore crew. Either way, I'm here for it. I love it. Always will. I'm excited. But that about wraps up our episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Benny, tell them where they can find you.
Yes, you guys can find me on all social media at Benny J. Adams. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's always fun to talk about this show and to catch up with all of you.
Yes, yes, I second that. And thank you guys again. And you can find me on Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu. And we'll see you next week.
Later, guys. Jersey Friday.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.